Welcome back. How's it going, Pirates? We are back. That's a really fun intro. I love that SNL episode. That was so much fun. The reason why we're getting into that, we'll talk about that when we talk to our creator. But before we do any of that, so let me bring on my co-host with the most rad toys galaxy. What's up, brother?
Dude, what is going on? It's gonna be back. It's gonna be back in Canada. Not that I had a bad time in the States. We had a blast. But man, especially set the tone on Friday night there. That was hilarious, man. If anyone wants to see me do an impression of a Newfie, then that's where you want to be.
I have to catch that. I couldn't find his channel, so I have to go and look.
Oh, it's Banter and Babble. So just go to Banter and Babble.
Channel it's on?
Okay, yeah,
so I thought it was on his channel.
So it's like kind of like like an enterprise or something. Like there's different people that add content, but it's all under the Banter and Babble cool. Umbrella, I guess you would say. But I had a great time with Zilla, and we ate too much food, had too much fun, and
nice.
Yeah,
that's always the way it should be, right? Hanging out with your boys.
I came home with way too many toys because I traded in all my Motu Origins.
Man. I saw the hauls on Wenzilla's channel, man. It's crazy. Oh man, I can't wait to go to the States. I'm looking forward to it. I just hope our dollar improves, though. That's the thing I'm worried about.
Yeah, man, it's gonna hurt. That's definitely gonna affect the haul for Joe Fest. We'll see. We'll see though. We'll see. Because it's a lot of it's just getting to see everybody. Like we'll get to see Bjorn and Bob and Brian's going this year, and it should be a good time.
Speaking of all those people, who's here?
Oh, geez, here we go. Well, we go all the way to the back here, front here. So of course Bjorn is in the chat. Thank you, Bjorn, for always coming up to all the streams and supporting. We got some punk named Pirates of the Galaxy in the chat too. We got Mudhorn Station, which is that
good to see you, man.
Yeah, Ian. I think
is that Ian Sweeney?
I think
so. We're not seeing.
Let us know in the chat.
If that's you, Ian, let us know, man.
I'm pretty sure it is. I think he just finally went under the name of his station. Nice. And Jerry, you'll have to catch the replay. She's just watching while she's getting ready for work.
Oh, man. Too bad. But I hope you had a good time at work today, and I hope you can catch the replay later on.
Yeah, as good a time as you kind of have at work, I guess. I suppose. Exactly. But Nebula's Nexus is in the chat. Thanks for coming
another
out.
St. Louis person. He actually recommended that all the St. Louis people should collab and do something together. So
should have a St. Louis show sometime.
We'll talk to our guests about that.
But I don't know. Like I was thinking, like maybe not this year, but maybe next year, might fly into the St. Louis area and then try and make my way over to Colorado to visit with Wolfman. So that would be a tour. But I think I was going.
Else that's in Colorado.
I can't remember, but I think I was going. If I was going that deep into the States, I think I'll just fly there and like rent a car or something like that.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
And then, like once you pass a certain direction, like should be maybe flying to Joe Fest, but that's the road trip will be part of the adventure anyway.
Exactly. So. Stop at a few ollies on the way. But speaking of trips, how about we go get our creator?
Well, I don't know. I didn't finish with the chat. Do you want me to do that real quick?
Okay, keep going real quick.
There's more people here, man. Believe it or not, there's people actually tuning in.
That's awesome. I thought we were done with the list.
Oh, God, no. We got Better Ray Bob.
Oh, welcome. Check out their show on Sundays on Outer Multiverse's channel, 7 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. You can check out Better Ray Bob and Outer Multiverse. They have an awesome show called Into the Toy Box. You're not going to want to miss that. I believe they're back this week.
Okay, very cool. And then we got Justin Welch in the station. We got Mr. Joel Starboy Station. So he's in the process of rebuilding his station. He's moved it. And he's got some go check his Instagram out. He's got pretty steady updates on that. So nothing wrong with that. We got Abby Normal. Hey Abby, what's going on?
Hey Abby, good to see you.
And then I think you're clear now, man. I might have missed somebody. I always do on the other show, so
we'll catch them as the show goes on. As long as you guys communicate, we'll find you in there. And if you guys say hello and jump in, we'll let you guys know. But for now, let's go get our creator. Let's jump to Lightspeed. Punch it!
going, man?
ScifiDioramaGuy! Welcome to the show, man. Good to have you here.
How's it going?
We're good. We're
Good.
good.
She's
Can you hear
going.
us okay?
I can hear you. I can't hear Red Toys.
Oh,
Say
can you hear me
something,
now? Doop, dop, doop, doop. I don't know.
I cannot hear him at all.
That's weird. That's how come
Pirates will
we
have to do all the talking. He didn't warn me before we went to
You can hear me?
Lightspeed.
You can't hear me?
I was having a drink.
We hear you just fine. As long as you can hear us, we're good. At least one of us. Anyways. You can hear me okay though, right?
I can hear. Yeah, I can't hear
Okay.
Red Toys, unfortunately.
That's good.
What's that?
I said
Sorry.
that's good.
Pirates can do all the talking. That's good.
We
Yeah,
don't,
it's probably
we
a
don't
good
need
thing.
to hear him anyways. Oh man, so it's good to have you on the show, brother. Glad to have you here. How have things been, man? Because you're in the St. Louis area as well, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So,
okay. There's a delay.
I've been working on a few things, and
We'll get
I was
to all of that.
getting ready for. What's that?
I said we'll get to all of that for sure. All the things you're working on.
Okay. Yeah, but
Okay.
things are good.
That's awesome, man. Now I kind of want to get right into things because we have so much stuff to cover today. But so let's just start off with. I guess we will go with our greeblies first because we have a couple of greeblies that were provided to us. So we'll start with that first.
And now it's time for greeblies. Greeblies! Oh, my precious!
Oh, yes, anything can be a greebly.
Now we're not quite weekly, but we try to do our best. Most of the stuff that we talk about with most people, they have greeblies in it. So, well, I guess we've been keeping up with it, but now we officially have some greeblies.
You
What
should
were you
do
gonna
that
say?
though. Weekly greeblies, that like flows very well off the tongue.
Yes, it does. So we should make it a point to do it every week. But last week we
And
had
then
we had it last week. We didn't have it the week before with Adam, but the thing is, he had enough greeblies within what he was working on, so it kind of covered for it.
Well, and then we get to see the greebly water squirrel or whatever the fuck that thing is every week too.
Yeah, we'll bring that back then. But yeah, so first off, we have David Dunn who provided us with some greeblies. He actually had some pretty cool ideas. So one of the things that he uses in his bills is those jewelry tubes. So he can run wires through those, and then that
What
way
the
he
hell
can
is a
connect-
jewelry tube?
I
What are they
didn't know
for?
what it was until he showed me that thing on the left there. Which
Like
is
what are they for in
basically-
real life?
I
What do
think
they
they're
put
to
to
make
do?
bands. I think you can make like wristbands
Oh,
and
Make
stuff like that.
bands?
bracelet.
Yeah, like bracelets and stuff.
Yeah,
And I
okay.
think once you cut it open, it's just a hollow tube, and he can run the wiring through there. And as you can see in the picture on the right, you can see the wire running up the side of that little barbecue, which is really a really cool thing. And that barbecue is made out of different types of bottle caps. So that's friggin' amazing. I think that sign in the front lights up. I think that's where the wiring goes to, is to that sign. And it lights up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
So if
pretty
you go check
ambitious.
him out-
I haven't been ambitious enough.
So
The
if-
top
yeah, if you
almost
go-
looks like a spray paint can.
It might be. I'm not exactly certain what he just said. He had different lids that he used, so I'm not certain what.
I can
type
hear
of
Red
lid
Toys
that-
now.
That's awesome.
Oh, good.
So I don't know what kind of lid is that top one, but it kind of does look like a spray can lid. If David, if you're
It
here,
does.
I don't think you are, but if you're here, let us know what that lid is, because he didn't specify what types of lids he used. He just used different lids. But either way, it looks amazing, especially with the paint job. He did an awesome job with the weathering. It's friggin' insane. Love that stuff.
Yeah, Bjorn's right. Bottle caps
Yeah.
are infinitely useful.
Exactly. So many different uses. And then I have some stuff, but I think this is something you had already talked about, Rad. It's those fish tank.
Oh, the
grids.
aquarium things.
Was that something
yeah.
that you had talked about before? I couldn't remember if it was on our show. or
Yeah, I've talked about them on and off, but it was New Brooklyn Naval Yard. So you go and check out. If you go back to the WFC and just replay that episode, he uses those in his entire shipyard, dude, as a floor, and it looks amazing. And they're Pirates is rocking it, but yeah, you can choose to not use the legs. Like I'm using them in my Fallout shelter
Right.
as like flooring and stuff like that in there in the industrial areas, and it looks really cool. So
Yeah, because that's kind
but
of
I
what.
think what is it? It's like
What?
American. It's $11 for like
Yeah, it's
8
pretty
of
cheap.
them. Yeah, it's super cheap.
Good price.
How big
I
are
got
they?
them
And
all
they're
on sale.
these are for aquariums, tanks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
each one is about, I'd say about
They've got to be at least like 10
like a
by.
foot.
Well, no. Well, I was thinking they were like 10 by 8 inches or 10 by 10 or no, they won't be
Yeah,
10 by
no,
10.
not 10 by 10. It's like 10
Maybe it is a
by,
foot.
I think it's closer to a foot. So like 12 inches by about 6 inches. No,
Yeah,
less than
I don't know.
6. 10.
If you
I'd say
keep
it's about
talking, I
12
can probably
inches.
look it up.
12 inches by about, I'd say about 4 inches. So it's about as tall as a figure, lengthwise, and then, or sorry,
Yeah.
depth-wise, but as long as about a foot. So I'd say about 12 inches by about
Just
4
find them
inches.
online, like at Amazon or something.
Yeah, so actually now you could do those picture
Yeah,
searches.
yeah.
So if you could take a screenshot, you could do that too. But there's different uses. You can use them as grading, or you can use them as walls, like I have in this picture here. So you can see both the grading on the
Yeah.
ground and the wall as well. Because that wall too, what you
Oh, that's a
could
cool
do
idea.
is if you use wiring on that wall. I didn't get a chance to do this, but I was gonna put weapons on that. I was gonna use it like a weapon mount wall. So you could do that as well. You can attach different things to it. Obviously, you can put you can get different lighting effects by putting lights behind it. You can even use it as a ceiling, so that we can get some really cool light effects from above. So that's another option as well. I didn't do that in any of these pictures, but I just wanted to show you the different applications. So here's those little posts.
Oh yeah.
Those little posts, I was thinking you can use those as little thrusters for like a speeder bike or something, or add some greeblies to it. It could be some other kind of device. But yeah, they're fairly small. That's why I put it in the very far right picture. I put it beside the figure so you can see how big it is.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
Bill Cannon. So they're 12. They're 12 by 6. I just looked it
Yeah,
up.
I was pretty close. 12, I didn't think it was 6.
Yeah,
But yeah, 12 by 6. But yeah, it's a really good brand. They're fairly solid. They can connect to each other, so you can increase the size. So if you have like one of those Calyx shelves like I have behind me, 2 of those pretty much covers most of the bottom of one of those. So
Well,
it's,
and remember too, the turtle terrariums work really good too for like
Oh, yeah, that's
offices and
right.
like they're really neat too. They come with some cool windows and stuff like that. So
for sure. So yeah, those
So
are
now
the
the pet-
greeblies we got this week.
the aquarium industry is going to get like a huge boom in like sales.
know,
And we're
right?
like, what's going on, man? So
We're
many
doing it,
people
we're
are
doing
buying fish and turtles.
We're finally making it, man.
Hey, lockdown just popped in. What's going on?
Hey, what's up,
going
man?
on? And
Nice.
also
Thanks, sir.
Eric
Let's see
Schultz.
I think it's like 11.
Yeah, go
over
check
there.
out Lockdown's Instagram. He's a
Oh my
like,
gosh,
he's got
it's
this new
insane.
building. You see how like grand that one like grand
Yeah.
in scale it is? It's like a huge hall. It's like it looks awesome.
Yeah,
He's got like the
been doing
blue on the
amazing.
outside of it. It looked
Yeah.
like a temple. It looks
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
friggin'
dude,
awesome.
it's insane.
It's friggin' awesome. I love it. But,
Yeah, he wins
that's-
world building, man. Like that's fine. If it's a competition, you can win, dude. I can't keep up.
For sure.
And I
man.
think
He's-
isn't all of his stuff kept outside?
yes, it's in his front.
He does have
yard.
a shed too. Like he's got his shed that's like probably now I'm guessing full, but it's like his yard. He's just rocking this shit out there. It's like
Yeah, I miss his station, Not South Station. We haven't seen that in a while. His main
Yeah, it's all
focus
been
has
outside stuff.
Outside, I guess with the nicer weather, why not, right?
yeah. Since you're here, lockdown, give us some NASA love. Show us what's going on in the station, man. Unless it's
Yeah,
covered with cobwebs because he was so busy with the other one.
Exactly. Or he's probably been pulling parts from there and like been stripping it so he can build outside.
Oh, there you go.
Man. But let's continue on with this adventure with ScifiDioramaGuy. We're going to continue on with our next portion here. So this is something that we all contribute to. So let's see what we're working on.
No, bigger. Smaller. No, it's the one with a hole on the end that curves this way. I think I saw it once before over there in that pile near the circulators. There you go. I always knew you were the smart one.
Oh yeah, so we're going to dive into the things that we're working on. So if you follow us on Instagram, you probably would have seen some of our stuff there. If not, we'll let you know what we're doing right now. So I'll start things out with what I'm working on these days. So lately my main thing has been the Silverhawk. So I just recently got some heads from Craniac Studios. He does some really amazing stuff. So go and check him out. I believe it's craniacstudios.com. And you'll find just about any type of show or cartoon that you enjoy. You'll probably find a head sculpt for that. You just got to give it a paint job, which is the part I hate. But this one so far is turning out pretty good. So he comes with 2 different heads. Each one of the Silverhawks that I have their 2 heads when they have their mask down and also their regular unmasked face as well. So this is Bluegrass. And I tried to go as close as I could to the color from the cartoon and not the original toy. And so far, it seems to be working out. So that's Bluegrass. And then here is Steelheart and Quicksilver. So if you notice that both of these were Boss Fight Studio Chrome. Actually, all of them were Boss Fight Studio Chrome figures. So I repainted her. I got this really awesome acrylic metallic paint set. And so her is like a combination of the black metallic with a blue metallic color to try to give her more of that steel color as opposed to the silver that Quicksilver has. So those are my Silverhawks that I've been working on so far. It's been a lot of fun. The part that I'm really gonna detest doing are painting the eyes. I suck at painting the eyes because my vision's already bad. So to try to paint eyes on a 1/18 scale figure is gonna be insane. But I look forward to getting these done.
Just send them to. I would send them to Abby.
I know, right? Abby,
she does awesome face work, man.
And I know. I would love for her to paint Steelheart's face because I cannot paint female faces very well. But I know Abby does like the whole makeup thing and all that, so she'd probably do an awesome job on these.
Oh yeah, she's like probably one of the best like face painters I've seen out there.
Absolutely. So definitely
those look
check
great.
out Abby. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's been a lot of fun so far making these. Like right when I saw the Chrome,
and they're all from
the
blanks line, like just
so
blanks created.
Yeah, the Boss Fight blank Chrome is the one that I went with for these. But then I also purchased metallic paints to give them their individual colors. But having the Chrome as a base kind of makes those metallic colors pop a little bit more. And so far, it's working out. And then on the left, I'm working on a Blade custom figure. So I bought another head that I got from Craniac Studios as well. The body is a Joy Toy body that I started to repaint. I believe it was from the Russian soldiers, the sci-fi soldiers from back in the day. They had like green and like really cool helmets. So I actually repainted the upper body. I'm gonna find him some legs and add some greeblies, like his little silver stakes and all those things. I have to find how I'm gonna make those. I might just sculpt them. Don't know. Or maybe paint some tips of toothpicks.
Dude, there's some really nice. If you want to go over to Cult 3D, there's some gorgeous blanks, man, that you can buy. Like, and it's like $15 Canadian, and then you have a blank, and you can you got a resin printer. So like, dude,
that's true. And that's
you
the
can
thing
make your
on the
own
right.
action figures, dude. Yeah.
I want to start my own line eventually, so I'll probably be making my prototype. I'm trying to find a
Do you
3D
really?
sculptor.
That's
though.
great.
So down the road, I want to start my own 3D, not 3D, my own toy figure line. I want to get my book out first, which hopefully that will be by next year. My book will come out, and then the next step after that is to come up with a figure line based on the.
And what's the book going to be on? Like just customization?
No, it's a sci-fi book. It's a sci-fi fiction story. It's going to be hopefully a trilogy, because right now, actually, I went to one of my author friends. He goes, "This book's too long." So he said you could probably break this into 2 books, and then I'll just have to come up with a 3rd story to add.
You'll have to let me take a crack at your cover art, man.
Oh yes, for sure, man. Don't worry, I have you in mind for a lot of things.
Okay, well, yeah, and it'd be
talk.
cool too. It'd be cool too if you did the thing where there's like a few chapters and then they're like, just a page with a picture of something on it from the story.
Or even like within there, maybe some of the scene, like action scenes, do like a graphic novel page.
Oh, that would be cool.
because all
Or
the other
like,
scenes you
do
don't really need the graphic novel for everything. Like some of the more boring, like just regular dialogue stuff, you don't really
just
need
a picture of a dude like
pages.
taking a dump
Yeah,
in the bathroom on the
you
next
don't
page.
need a comic book page for that. So yeah, so on the right, the picture on the right, that's my 3D resin printer I just got this week. So I'm really excited to using that and seeing what I can come up with. I know nothing about 3D printing, so Rad, I'll be coming at you with a lot of
Resin is the
questions
way
and
to
stuff
go.
like that. That's
Resin is it.
that's the way that I was thinking, but also the thing, the reason why I went with resin is because I want to mainly focus on like figures and like heads and things that have a lot of detail.
I think for
That's the way
figures,
to
like
go.
for figures and like detailed stuff, like maybe accessories,
Yeah.
definitely resin. But yeah, you're not printing an Ebon Hawk on that thing.
No, that's why like the next printer I want to get is a filament printer as well, because I want to be able to make vehicles too, right? Or maybe Rad and I could start our own little network where he does the vehicles and I do all kinds of figures and stuff and all the
I think
stuff
we.
that he wants.
I think down the road we're probably going to be trading heads and body parts
Why
for
not,
spaceships,
crates and stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, that's my
Definitely.
talk. So we'll pass this on to you, Mr. Sci-Fi Diorama Guy. It's up to you now to let us know what you're working on right now. So this is really
All right.
amazing.
So what you're seeing up here. So I went to Joe Fest and I got a Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
And so on the left is just the basic kind of Jeep. And again, I'm not a G.I. Joe guy,
right?
But
I think it's the Desert Fox.
It was so cool. What's that?
We think
it's the Desert Fox. Yeah, it's definitely what it is.
So I picked it up for $5, and I thought, well, this is pretty cool. And the I just decided to make something. I wanted a hovercraft. Right. So I got this set of 4 new characters that Dwayne, I sent you last week. The guys that I'm actually going to be like premiering in all my new adventures. And I wanted to have a vehicle for them that they could actually just hover around when they're on land. And this was so much fun because I just took the wheels off and I just completely covered it in this pavement gray. Pavement is just an apple barrel acrylic. And then I put inks over that once it was done. And I spray painted the engine a metallic blue and then just kind of greased it up. And the if you look at the steering wheel, it's colorful. So I'm not a Lego guy, but so I'm in the 501st, and we did a presentation at a Lego shop. We did like an event.
Right.
And I'm looking at all these Lego parts. They've got like tables and tables of just bins.
Right.
And I'm like, these are great for 1/18 scale. These are fantastic.
Yeah, they have a lot of cool little little levers and stuff like that are perfect for 1/18 scale.
Yes. So I just built a little steering wheel, kind of like a guided sort of control panel in front. Yeah. And for the thrusters, we just had a grandbaby, and they have these small little squeeze bottles at Aldi. Right. And the top of those goes on top. And a buddy of mine from St. Louis, Mos Eisley Photography.
We had him on the show last week.
Yes. And thank goodness he smokes, because these things in the back,
right?
He's got these vape cartridges, and I'm like, man, these are perfect. So he put one of these on his Buzz Lightyear trunks.
Oh, yeah.
And so I put a bunch together. It looks phenomenal.
That's awesome.
I mean,
man.
Yeah. So I just put those on there.
Works.
Yeah, it does.
That's awesome.
And they're cheap. Like those.
That rounded part at the back there of the thruster. What was that again? Is that a lid from the
so it's the top of a vape. I guess the vapes come in different flavors.
Oh, okay.
And so it's the top of a cartridge for one of those.
That's so cool.
So when when they're done, he just pitches them, but on like the back half looks like he's just telling the end of a thruster, and it's so generic, and it's got those grooves.
Yep.
So I just kind of put some wires on there and kind of tricked it out.
I love all the little details that you add to it, like the wiring, or even like just using also just painting them. Like your paint techniques are really cool too, because you give it that nice amount of weathering so that it looks realistic, especially in some of your shots. when you go in the close-ups. Most of the time when you get into the close-ups, you're like, yeah, that doesn't look very good. But with yours, the weathering is usually so good that it just looks almost real. If you just look at it the right way, or I guess squint your eyes, it looks almost real. But it's pretty
Okay,
awesome.
Thanks,
Brian.
man. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Well,
But I also know.
Appreciate that.
Go ahead. What was that?
Just Brian just showed up, and also
Hey, Brian.
Jason Jensen.
Awesome. Thanks
What's
for
up,
coming,
gentlemen?
guys.
Jason Jensen, Brian.
I know. I
Outer
love your
Universe.
channels as well. Outer multi-universe.
Well, Brian
Jason
just popped
Jensen
in.
Chains.
He'll have to catch the
Okay.
replay. He's working late tonight. So.
Either way, we
that's
appreciate
cool.
you coming by, man. Thanks for coming. I know
Yeah,
you're going to catch the replay.
thanks
'cause you
for
normally
popping
do.
by.
So like I
I'll
said
see you
earlier,
Friday.
check out their show on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Outer Multiverses channel. And then check out WMC this Friday at 8 p.m. where you can catch him there as well, along with Rad Toys, Wentzilla, and Famine Studios. That should be a fun
Yeah, and
show.
I'll drop that show later on tonight, so you guys will know what the guest and everything is, and yeah,
Cool.
we'll go from there.
And
And I want
the
to
edge
also
of those-
touch on the bottom here. This
Underneath.
is on the bottom, right?
Yeah. So what that is, I just glued a whole bunch of those paint sticks from Home Depot, and just
Is that what those
black.
are? Holy cow!
Yeah.
I thought it was like a box or something, but it's paint sticks.
And so
Yeah.
what I wanted to do was obviously underneath you can see it, but I wanted to show like it was floating.
Right.
So if once I flip it up on the side, you can't tell that those are there. And I stuck
Oh,
magnets
okay.
underneath them. You can kind
Right,
of see where it is,
Yeah,
but it
it's
gives it
kinda hard
just
'cause of the
enough, kind of
shadow.
like.
Yeah, because of the shadow,
Right.
you could barely notice it. That's
And I
cool.
found these
Right
cool
on.
magnets that I could just stick underneath and take them off if I wanted to just have it flat
Nice.
and use it in like different pictures. So the magnets work out well.
You know what
and-
I thought it was initially? I thought it was that you cut out the bottom of the vehicle so that their feet could fit in there. Then I realized, wait a minute, why would he need to do that on a G.I. Joe vehicle?
What, like the Flintstones? It's
Yeah,
like the
it's kind of
Flintstones.
like that, but I figured that's where the feet would go. But I realized it's a G.I. Joe vehicle, so figures could fit in there anyways. It's not like those regular die-cast 118 cars where the figures can't fit
Right.
inside. So, yeah, but this looks awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. For a little, like a vehicle just for just cruising around. Yeah.
I know.
Awesome.
You know what it reminds me of? Have you ever seen the movie Serenity? This is
Yeah.
Yes.
It's based on the oh my god.
Firefly.
Yeah, that's it. Firefly show. They use a vehicle at the beginning when they're doing that heist, and that's what this reminds me of.
Now that's the thing that part.
you're right.
Actually, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that because I just took a commission from Lockdown to do a 1/18 scale Firefly ship. Like it's gonna be
Ooh,
crazy. Dude.
That's gonna be awesome.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
man. It's gonna probably take me like probably a couple months
2
to
months.
print.
I was
But
about to say like
he's
2
gonna
months.
put it together and stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome, man.
Can't wait to see that.
That'll be cool.
So these are your characters, right?
These yeah. So these are all four of these guys spent one time or another in the spice mines of Kessel as prisoners.
Nice.
And so when they busted out, they got out of the spice mines, and the names, the driver is Sutton, the blue-haired chick is Calypso, the mechanic is Chuck, and the droid is Bubo.
That's awesome.
So-
I like
That's
those
cool,
names.
Chuck.
Chuck. I know.
Yeah. So Chuck and Bubo are best buddies. So Chuck was the go-to mechanic for all the droids in Kessel, and Bubo used to fly around and give parts.
Nice.
He can't fly anymore, but he's actually a combination of the Builder droid set from Disney parks, the Pride, and
Right.
then the Mandalorian set of figures.
that,
So I
that
just
taller droid, right?
put the legs on, and then Chuck, of course, is the
I think we get a better
He's
look
the-
at this when we look at some of your other work. I believe there's like a straight on shot of the whole team, so we might get a better look of
Okay.
it on that shot there.
But
I
yeah,
love the
so
name Calypso
these guys,
too.
yeah, and
What base
that is
figure do you
a
use for Calypso? Because that looks like the
So,
G.I. Joe
Calypso
figure.
is a body. Calypso is the body of Guys, what's the red-haired girl from G.I. Joe? Is it Scarlet?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I've always
So
wanted
Scarlet
that
is
figure,
from
and
the-
I've never been able to find that figure anywhere at all.
She's from this version is from the movie.
Yeah, I know.
And
I've been
the
looking
head
for her
sculpt-
forever.
The head sculpt is from Marauders, Gun Runners.
Oh, okay.
So I met those guys. I've been buying them for years, but I actually met them in person at Joe Fest last year.
Right.
And those guys, Billy Kessler and I got together. We were talking. They're awesome. Love them. And they had all these parts that they brought with them, and the parts were like $1 or $2 cheaper if you bought them at the show.
Oh, okay.
So I just loaded up.
Why not, man? That's what they wanted.
Yeah. So like if you look at Chuck's helmet, he's got like an old bomber cap on, kind of.
Yep.
And those little bomber caps, I think it's a Russian World War II like cap
driver or something
so
like that.
they're like $3 online, but they had like 10 of them at the show for $1 a piece. I'm like, why not?
Oh yeah, man. I would go nuts for those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
these
And,
guys look really cool, man. And who's this
Thanks,
guy on
man.
the left? Is that like just another mechanic?
Sutton is the driver.
No, the guy that's
So
standing
Sutton
on the
is
left there on the ground.
The Mon Calamari guy.
Oh, I'm
Mon
sorry. Yeah, you have
Calamari
the
guy.
okay. He is a the picture you got is of the four of them, but the guy, the Mon Calamari,
Yeah.
he's just a guy that I made up. I love the torso of those Mon Calamari figures. They're so great to customize. So the top is from the Mon Calamari that has like just the straight legs.
Yeah.
I think he's a legacy figure from Star Wars.
Yeah, I think so.
But I took some brown paint and just got in like the cracks and crevices. And since his head's already kind of a brownish red, it really works.
Yeah.
And I took some Han Solo Hoth legs and I dyed them in yellow synthetic Rit dye.
Oh, cool.
And then,
crazy.
and then I took those and weathered those. And then I changed, like I did one set of legs in green, one was blue, one was purple, one was yellow. And I switched his legs out, or his shoes out to look like they're, I think those are green shoes.
They
look green in the picture, but yeah. So
that's awesome, man.
just a combination of a bunch of both. And his holster thing is from a Lando skiff.
Oh,
And let me tell you, if you want to buy a figure that is a pig warmer, super cheap, you can find everywhere, it's Lando skiff. I bought 10 of them. And I tell you what, that is one of my favorite figures I had as a kid. And it was so cheap and easy to find when he was like everywhere at Walmart.
Right.
And so I just started parting out a bunch of the uniforms, and the legs are these great white skiff pants that you can dye if you want. You can weather them up pretty easily. So I've got a bunch of like Lando parts throughout the collection I've got. So
that's pretty awesome.
That's how I made them.
Awesome stuff. So then now we have our. Sorry, go ahead.
No, so it was just it's been great. It's been, I mean, I will take. I know there's the boil and pop method, or there's the hair dryer method. I've always used the hair dryer because I think the boil and pop, you can get the paint can come off. You can get like decals that will come off. So I just use a hair dryer, just to make it where it's a little more, just I think it's better.
I use that technique as well. I sometimes boil and pop only if I know that I don't have any paint on them or anything. I don't have to worry about paint rubbing off. Then I'll use the boil and pop, especially if it's like this older Star Wars figures. I find the boil and pop method works a little bit better with popping out the arms and the legs as well. And the heads too, because they don't have those regular ball jointed heads. They have those little puck at the bottom, which is tough to get out, right? So I usually use the boil and pop for those.
One thing, and I'll show you it, I mean, later on during the show if you want, but I got a bunch of the figure. He's an alien from A New Hope that was in the bar. He's got 4 arms. He's in a white jumpsuit.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got and he's got like that kind of gas mask looking head.
Yeah.
So I had those heads because they go into the socket. They're not the ball joint anymore.
Right.
So I had 5 of those for the last probably 7 or 8 years that I kept.
Mm-hmm.
And I discovered that plastic, like particularly on that figure's head, is so soft you can Dremel it out.
Yeah.
And so I made 5 brand new figures last week that all had that same head.
Nice.
And they're like, it looks insane. I mean, it looks like almost like a radioactive or a Fallout kind of like World War III sort of
You're gonna have to
mask
take
you
pictures
would see
of
on
those.
someone. Yeah. But it's
anyways, let's move on because we still have tons of stuff to take a look at.
sure.
So before we move on to some of your other work, let's take a look and see what Rad's working on. So if you go on his channel after this, you're gonna see what we're showing you today. You're gonna see all that there because he has an April update. So you're gonna want to go and check that out after this. So Rad, what are you working on, brother? So I have this first. Is this what you were talking about in terms of lockdowns thing?
No, actually, I'm just finishing up new Mandalore. I think I ordered two drop ships, so I'm doing that, and I've got some customizing and painting. So he goes full out. So I do the painting and everything for him. So yeah, I'm just starting like that print will be done in a couple days, and then right now I've ordered in all the filament to do lockdown ship, and I'm just laying out like ahead of time. I'll go and I'll lay out like the parts for the big printer, so I make sure they're all gonna fit well and like nothing's gonna no conflicts or anything.
Right.
So I save them as files, and then I can save. So in that case, there's close to 200 parts for the Serenity or whatever.
Holy
so
cow.
I can, so I can lay them all out, and then like it gives me a time, so I know how many days it's going to take to print the entire project. So
that's cool.
So how big? You know how roughly long that chip's going to be? The Firefly's going to be?
It's about the same size as the Marauder that I've printed for Angus. So it's probably about. I would say probably close to 40 inches long and probably 25 to 30 wide. Like it's big, and it has like an interior and stuff. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but he's getting all the parts and the instructions, and he's going to build the thing. So
does this one have an interior too, or is this one going to just be a solid?
No, it has it's got an interior and then sliding doors on the side of it.
Oh,
I should have sent you a picture of the other one, but one is going to be a land vehicle, so I'm going to put tank treads on it, and the other one is going to be like another flying drop ship. So the idea is all his Mandalorian dudes use a similar like looking vehicle. They just retrofit it for different applications. So
that's awesome, man.
Nice.
Can't wait to see that. And then you're working on this monstrosity. This thing's huge.
Yeah. So the front looks like a candy corn, so it's the SS candy corn right now. But this is actually a 1/12 scale classified PT boat. And
so that's not a 1/18 scale figure you're seeing there. That's a 1/12.
No, that's a classified figure in there. But so yeah, it's 1/12 scale PT boat. Got all the machines in the front, but
I know.
Yeah, man, no, it's gonna be a crazy build, and just to do kind of a throwback, kind of an homage to McHale's Navy, I'm gonna put PT-73 on it because that was his PT boat. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna PT-73, but this is the front nesting machine gun mounts. So that's I haven't cleaned them yet or anything, so it's a pretty intense. Yeah, so it's a pretty intense model. And then now I have to figure out like my classified setups behind me, but now I want to make like a river out front with like a sheet that looks like waves and stuff.
Well, you did say you wanted to redo the river, right? So that makes sense now too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I've got a classified Rattler I printed too with pontoons instead of landing gear, so it's a water plane. So
that's crazy, man. I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be so much fun, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna do. I started a start to finish video on it, so yeah, that'll be coming down the road, and then I'll probably do another classified video. I think maybe. But
nice. So yeah, well, as you guys,
that's cool, man.
So many pre-orders on the way in, man. So many pre-orders.
I know, same here. Because I have to take it easy for the next little while after my next pre-orders come in. Because I have to start saving up for Joe Fest. Because the next couple of months I'm saving up purely for Joe Fest. Because if our dollar sucks, I still want to be able to buy shit. Because that's usually when you get some of the really good stuff is at Joe Fest. So
did you go last year?
No, this will be our first year. This will be my first year. Right? Have you gone before?
No, I've never been to Joe Fest.
Okay, so yeah, this will be our
this
first
is like
year there.
deepest. This is the deepest into the United States I've ever been in my life. So.
Oh wow! Okay.
There will be. Yeah, so.
I've been to Memphis, so that's as far south I've gone in the
Yeah, I
States.
haven't been down that way, or Texas, or anything, or California. I was like, yeah, pretty much.
California, I've been to. Memphis, I've been to.
Pretty much Iowa. Iowa is the deepest I've been into the United States. So.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Yeah, I've been to like
That's
Michigan,
pretty far from here.
Yeah, that is a good distance from where we are.
Yeah.
I'm in St. Louis, so Joe Fest was probably 11 hours one way.
We're 15, right?
Yeah.
It's about 15 where we're coming.
Yeah,
from,
we're 15 hours one way driving, so.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a lot of fun. So we're making stops along the way at some of our favorite toy stores if we can find any. So if you guys know, actually, if we mention, we should do another one of those videos, Rad, where we talk about the route we're taking. Because then people who live along those routes,
because we love it. Like,
us.
and if people want to meet, especially we probably more way back from Joe Fest because we want to try and be down there by like Friday at noon.
Oh yeah,
and
so
we're
we
leaving
have to do that on our way back.
We're leaving we're leaving the evening before, and I'm going to drive most of the night and then catch like a cat nap. We're not even going to Joe Fest Friday, probably. We're just going to chill at the hotel room and relax. And then Saturday will be the big day for us at Joe Fest. So.
Yep. And hopefully my knee will be up and running by then. So that's why we'll be doing a lot of rehab.
I'll just push you around like a scooter or something, or like a cargo. Get one of those cargo things with wheels.
I saw this girl at the hospital. She had this cart, like this little cart thing that just goes right under her leg, and she just wheels her leg around. I'm like, I gotta get me one of those, man. And so I might get one of those.
Oh yeah, like the scooters. I've seen those.
It's not really a scooter. It's just like you just rest your shin on it, and it has it's kind of like a scooter because it does have the handlebars, but instead of it just being where you just rest your foot, you actually just rest your shin on it. And then you wheel around on that. Like, I gotta get me one of those. But that's
Starboy's question is funny. No, I'm not printing a Judge Kennedy. I think his PT was 117. You probably correct me, but or 107. I think his PT was 117 or something. I forgot. Was it 107? Okay.
I think it's 107.
No JFK.
Oh well.
Yeah, I think you're right. Starboy probably knows. He'll probably tell us if we're wrong.
He would know more, or look it up. You can let us know. You could be our fact checker. So we're gonna continue on with some. Now we're gonna get into your stuff now. So one of the things that we do have in the description is a link in the description to Big Bad Toy Store to something that you're currently selling on there, which is your Advantage.
What?
Display stands. That's kind of why I went with the show that I went with the whole collectors thing, because of the fact that this is something that you created, which is amazing. Because I wanted to pick your brain on some of these things that you created here. Like, this is awesome. I love the idea, because one of the things that you've made in terms of the stand is that you made it so that you can place the pins in the different holes, so you can, I guess, set up your figures in different configurations, right?
Yeah. So, and I've sent you the links to both of the commercials too, but they're also on my website. So what I did was, I've seen people that set their toys up at shows to sell, and people that have just figures they want to put up on like a shelf or whatever.
Right.
So I made these display stands. They're 6 by 18 inches, and each of the stands has 120 peg holes. And so each set gives you 300 pegs, and of those 300 pegs, they will fit 40 different action figure lines. Modern Star Wars, vintage Star Wars, modern G.I. Joe, vintage G.I. Joe, classified, Fortnite, Turtles, Marvel, you name it, Superpowers, all those. And so it took me about 18 months to do the research before I got the patent.
Right.
And just the modern Star Wars figures alone, in the modern, like the 4-inch line, there's 250 different peg hole sizes in each of the foots from that one line.
Wow.
The Star Wars, I know. The vintage Star Wars figures have like there's like 20 different variations, and it's insane. But the only figurations that are the exact same that have never been modified, the vintage 4-inch G.I. Joe and the modern 4-inch G.I. Joe, those foot pegs are absolutely consistent with everything. So I don't know why it has
doing.
Are they the same?
Yeah, it's the same
exact
size
same
peg hole. So that's crazy.
So like for example, if you take a Star Wars figure like let's say the Sand Trooper, if you flip his feet upside down, some of the figures, the right peg hole is different from the left foot peg hole. Now it's millimeters.
Is that mainly
but it makes
so
a
that
difference.
it can fit on some of the vintage peg holes? Is that why they have the two different sizes?
No. Because what I'm saying is the peg holes that are in each of the figures that they made, the line was not. I'm sorry, the factory wasn't consistent in making the holes.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah. But
That's
what I did is, so when I was doing my research, I'm like, I want to be able to fit as many figures as I can. So the figures that I can fit are all on the website as well. But it's like modern G.I. Joe, vintage G.I. Joe,
right?
You know, Turtles, Superpowers, Jurassic Park, all these. It's 40 different lines. But I keep adding them every day because I found out there was like 5 more lines it'll go on to. Like it'll fit the Marauders, Gun Runners. Like these guys are from Joy Toy, it'll fit them.
Right.
And if you look at that board, if you look at what they're standing on, that is, like go back to any one of those is good. So the one in the far left is how they naturally come.
Right.
So you'll get a solid black or a gray or a tan or a white of those.
Right.
On the right is what I painted.
Nice.
And I made these. So I made them. Each one looks like a floor grate or a sewer or a walkway in the Death Star or in a space station or like a factory.
Right.
So it's generic enough to use on anything for terrain. Like when I was at Joe Fest, one of the Marauder guys, Billy Kessler, was making a diorama. So he bought 17 sets off me.
Oh, wow.
I know. He's like, I want to paint them all.
Holy crap.
So anytime you do the Skeletron, look at the Skeletron flooring. It's the advantage that he has painted.
That's cool, man. That's awesome.
So it takes paint really, really well. And they connect on all 4 sides. But it's it's pretty cool. I mean, it took me a while to get it, to get a factory, to get the patent, to get the copyright, to have a manufactured, get the test shots and everything. But I love it.
It's awesome, man. That's something definitely
appreciate it, man.
Take a look at. Now this you can also even use as like catwalks and different flooring for like your base. It doesn't have to just be a display stand. It could be anything, right?
Yeah. If you want to put these, like say, if you're just like
these
like this.
Yeah, that background. Did you design those yourself, or are those just pictures that you took and then fitted them onto the size card that you would need for the display?
So the Advantage has 12 different choices of backdrops. And so what I did was I went to Artist, and they created each one of the backdrops, and I paid the artist for lifetime reusage rights on all the artwork.
That's
so
phenomenal.
Each one of those things that you see, those backdrops, I paid the artist lifetime rights to use them and reprint them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's like, without divulging like the number, is that expensive or?
Yes.
You could imagine anytime you have to pay an artist, especially when it takes them a lot of time to create something, it's not going to be cheap.
To buy the artwork and just to use it for a one-time print is different versus a manufacturing thing,
where you're constantly
and it's different
reusing
from
it.
using just for a certain number of manufactured into life.
So quick
Oh, it's
question.
fine.
So when you're using those, when you're actually paying them for that, is it for like you said the lifetime, or is it for like a certain amount of uses or a certain amount sold, and then you have to like
No.
negotiate, or is that just a one-time fee for a
No,
lifetime?
so the way I set it up is that I paid each artist I told them what images I want, and I said to each of them, give me a price for using this for life.
Okay.
And I had to pay them to create the actual image or to modify it.
Right.
And then they gave me a number as to say, well, this is what I want to use this image for lifetime.
Okay.
So I just whatever number that they said, we negotiated it and I paid it.
Nice.
What's that?
That's really he was just agreeing with what you were saying. Like, that's really cool, man. But yeah, these are really awesome.
Yeah.
And then not only that,
I appreciate
you
that.
have this awesome thing going on. And actually, like I said, check out the description for the link for Big Bad Toy Stores where you can pick your own up because they still have some in stock. So you can go and grab a few different styles that they have there. So some of the different backdrops, you can look for those. You'll find them on Big Bad Toy Stores. So check out the description and you'll find them there.
And on my website as well, the ScifiDioramaGuy.com, I have the Kenner Classic.
I was trying to link that in the description, but I was having issues with trying to link it. For whatever reason, it just kept giving me an error message. So I didn't want to put it on there, and it didn't lead anyone to anywhere. But so if you go and check out his website, so it's ScifiDioramaGuy.com.
Yep.
Okay, so definitely go there, check it out. You'll see some of his awesome things there. You'll see the videos. You also have a YouTube channel by the same name, right? So definitely go check that out. I believe that is in the description as well. So you can go and check out the promos for the Advantage display stands. That's also on his page. So go and follow him on YouTube. Go and follow him on Instagram. Go and check out his stuff and buy his stuff from Big Bad Toy Store because it's awesome stuff, man. Quite impressive. I might have to pick your brain on like how you did some of your business because that's something down the road that I want to do. Like I said, I want to eventually do it my own toy line. So you're definitely someone I'm going to want to talk to about that kind of stuff. That's awesome.
I did want to mention. I'll have to mention this when I was getting my shipping and everything and trying to coordinate for a lot of the logistics.
Mm-hmm.
J.E. Russell from Chicken Fried Toys and Paul Mudheim were extremely helpful, very generous in their help of how to navigate the China system and just getting stuff through people in the airports and everything. And I found out that it's like the person I dealt with to get certain things past customs.
Mm-hmm.
You have to bribe the customs officials in China.
You sure you want to say that?
I mean, listen, I'm telling you, he's telling me this and he was fine with it. He's like, here's what we have to do. This is the cost. I'm like, are you sure that that's legal? He's like, well.
Is that legal?
Right.
That's crazy.
But I did want to say, so I have the Kenner Classic, which is like, the 1970s Star Wars stand that you had from the first film. I made something called the Kenner Classic, was just $40.
Yeah.
And it's a tribute to that. That's also on my website. And it looks very similar to the original stand, except it's not $250.
That's awesome, man. So I have to take a look at those as well. So yeah, like I said, go to ScifiDioramaGuy.com for his website. All his other social info is in the description down below. So when you get a chance afterwards, you can go check that out. Or if you want to multitask, you can do that right now too. But so let's dive in now to some of your own creations. So these are your more customized stuff. So I see you like to work with different play sets. Like here's one.
Yeah.
A different play set. Well, I don't even know what this is from.
I think this is like an LJN set. I found this in Goodwill, and it was like $6. And I thought, well, I'll get it. And I went to Ace Hardware was stopping to they discontinued the line for Krylon Fusion for plastic spray paints.
Right.
And I walked into Ace Hardware, and they're like, "Yeah, we're getting rid of all of it." So we had a shelf. They were like $8 originally. He's like, "If you want all of them, I'll do $3 a can."
Oh wow.
So I bought all 400.
Holy
And,
snaps!
yeah.
Wow, this guy doesn't mess around,
So,
man.
but it's great to prime plastic with.
Well, yeah.
Krylon Fusion for plastics is amazing. Yeah, there's another one.
Here's another place set. This one you started the primer part of
that
it.
looks really good. That's cool.
And then, but wait, we're not done yet. It gets even better.
Zilla's here now.
Look at that.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Zilla. Welcome to the show, brother. Go and check out his
that's
channel
the finish
as well, because he actually has the hauls and all that stuff.
What's up, Zilla?
The weekend that Rad went down to visit.
Yeah, so go check out the Wentzilla reboot on YouTube, and he's got lots of other awesome videos. You should check out the one where he runs through all his customs. Like,
yeah, I saw that the other day.
Amazing work,
awesome.
man. Amazing
awesome
work.
Stuff. But speaking of amazing work, check this out.
So this is the second one that we just saw. So I just
so that's this one.
Yeah, that's that one, and it's sitting on top of an Advantage stand.
Oh wow! Okay, I didn't even notice that. Yeah. I've seen that picture a dozen times. I didn't even recognize that was one of your stands.
Yeah,
that's really.
Oh, those floors are amazing.
I know those are his display stands. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's kind of a closer up shot.
Yeah, I love the weathering. Is this like just a wash that you put on it?
So what I use on this, I spray paint completely white.
Yeah.
Then I put pavement gray acrylic all over it, and then wiped it off. And then I put sepia acrylic on it and wiped it off, and that was done.
Oh, okay, nice. But here's a so this is the first one that we saw. Here it is.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah, here it is a little bit more.
This is a little bit different.
Painted up,
so
yeah.
So this one I painted a gray color.
Nope, not that one. This one.
Yep, that's the one, correct. And I painted this one gray, and then I went ahead and took a pavement gray wash, wiped it all off. Then I used Amsterdam acrylic inks.
Okay.
I used burnt umber and burnt sienna, and just made a little bitty like weathering,
that rusty
kind of drips and rust all over it.
That's awesome, man. So
Thanks, man.
Here's another one. This one is more of the gray color. But this is a different place set, right? I think that's a different one.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
That's a place set that was like this was a little kid's place set where it was like it was like a clamshell in half, and so I took it apart and I made a side by side. Like I took each of the sides and made a longer one. This is one half of that. But same thing. I took a gray spray paint and I just put a dark gray wash on it first, then a medium brown wash on it. Then I took a brush and just flicked off all of the excess. I put some paint on the brush, like some brown and some black, and just flicked it on there. So there's like small little bitty pits on it.
Nice. And I like how you used real wires popping out of that hole there. Right beside the door.
Oh yeah.
There's real wires there. That's crazy.
Everyone should have a wire drawer.
Yeah. I think everyone does, yeah. That's awesome though, man.
Yeah.
So here's another place.
This is from.
What's that from? Yeah, that's what that is.
That's a G.I. Joe piece, and I don't know exactly what the name of it is.
It's a missile. It's like the missile command thing or something.
Oh,
okay.
Normally that socket would have like a missile launcher or a missile turret with like 4 missiles.
Turret. Okay, now I can picture it. Now where that hole
So,
but I think
what I did for mine,
you didn't send me the picture because I saw it on. I think I saw it on your Instagram and I forgot to take a screenshot of it. But you actually added, I think, a droid there or something, right?
2 droids, yeah. So it's like a check-in station. So I put like a droid sitting in the center, and then a droid head that can swivel in that little bitty slot, and then a guy sitting there kind of like taking orders. Oh, this is.
So wait, so this is
that is from. that is my my first huge, big, like ginormous diorama that I've ever built. That's the Spice Mines at Kessel.
Nice.
It's 4.5 feet tall and 7 feet wide.
That's crazy. So you don't have this set up
And
anymore?
so-
You still have that?
I do. Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
I do. But the bottom of it is basically the back of it is all Christmas lights. So I just bought a whole bunch of
okay.
Christmas lights, and I wanted to put like those small little bitty crystals you can get to put in like your glass centerpiece where it's like
Yeah.
green or blue, almost marbles.
Yeah.
I bought
Yeah.
a bunch of different colored ones to put inside. So I figured Kessel would have different colors of spice, like green and yellow and orange and blue.
Right.
So I just decided to put those in the walls, and then I glued them with
That's
hot glue
cool.
so it would be clear,
Yeah.
and then put a light behind it so they would shine
okay.
through.
That is awesome.
That's
And I
cool.
thought-
I don't think I have any close-up pictures of those, but we'll definitely have to.
There are some on my site, but if you look at the bottom left,
Yeah.
you can see there's 3 X-Files. They're like little sarcophaguses for aliens.
Those
Right.
pods,
Um,
those
Yes.
are awesome. My wife has some of those mint package.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have to steal those.
So
around.
I
Wow.
bought a bunch of those for like, they were like, I put clones in them. I would figure since the Emperor has clones everywhere,
right.
the Empire did take over the Spice Mines at Kessel for about 2 years when they occupied it. And I
Right.
thought the Emperor's probably got clones down there somewhere. So I'm into a clone chamber.
Makes sense. Yeah. That's awesome though.
Mm.
I love
Those are
this-
some
I
more
love this
G.I. Joe
setup.
parts.
I like the little prison
Yeah.
in the bottom corner there, bottom right. There's a little prison there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Little cages in there. Um,
Cool. Everyone repurposes the figures to be other characters. I love it. But not only do you build dioramas, you build vehicles as well. So here's one.
Yeah,
I
so
don't even
this
know
is-
which vehicle this is.
This is, well, Rad Toys is probably going to know. This is another G.I. Joe vehicle. I don't know what it is either, but
But
I
it's
got
awesome.
oh, thanks. I got a figure. The figure that's sitting in there is Barbecue from G.I. Joe, and his head is from one of the pod racers from Star Wars.
I just
And I wanted
just,
to have like a little bitty
I just
scooter
picked that up.
that you could just like pick some stuff up. So
Nice.
I just got a little bitty like a junk driver or carrier or something for like droid
Right.
parts or engine parts. And
That's cool.
one of my friends here locally, who was a huge G.I. Joe fan, got just gave me a whole bunch of G.I. Joe parts.
I like
And
that. Like when
he's like
Zilla
he's
said-
getting rid of them. So I'm like, cool.
Like when Zilla said,
So-
your weathering skills are pretty crazy, man. This looks really cool. It looks
Yeah.
like it's gone.
Thanks, I
appreciate
gone
that.
It's gone through the test of time, man. But that's awesome. So here's
Here
a
we
big
go.
one that you were
Oh,
working
here's
on
the Firehawk.
recently. So here's the
Yes.
Firehawk. So you've taken it apart. So here's all the parts. Yeah, you took it, and which is
Yeah.
actually fairly easy to take apart. Because I did a custom one as well. I did a Punisher one that's called the Executioner. But yeah, I took mine apart as well. The one thing I didn't do is something I'll point out when we get to that picture. But here's it all apart, and here's where you start to weather it. So again, your weathering skills is just awesome. It looks like really simple techniques, but it just does so much to bring out the details, right? So really cool stuff.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that.
And here's another shot. So here's a more advanced shot where you're starting to add some color to it now as well. And it actually looks really cool. There's some weathering inside. Now, one of the parts this is what I was going to talk about in terms of greeblies. You could have added this to the greebly page. Is that thing at the back there? What is that? 'Cause you mentioned it on
So-
the WMC, but I can't remember what it was exactly.
So that is so what I did with that, it has a small tube, like it has 3, like if you look at the underneath of it, like the top part that you can see that's bolted in there,
Yeah.
that's a Lego piece. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to put like Lego tools in that so you can just take them out in each
Right.
one, each slot. But the bottom with the one that has a little bitty old sliders on it. It's a fuse box.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I don't know if I have another shot of it. I think that.
Yeah, they look really good. They really do look like mechanically space things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What,
I mean, it's great, but it's like the spline that you put into screen doors, those little bitty small like plastic tubes.
yeah.
If you stick them in there, there's 3 slot holes for them. And so I thought if I put them in there, it'll be good to like, put inside and put in a droid charging station or something.
I think I have a shot of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There. That's cool. Because it actually looks like it's either like plugged in to refuel the ship. That could be that as well. No, you
So
should
the
use
thought I
for
had
those.
was
You
that-
should use those cables that have that run that light that moves. Oh man.
Oh, I've got a few of those now in my station.
I want to learn more about that. That sounds great, actually. Yeah.
Because that would
But
look
the
like
idea behind
it
it was
it would look really like it's refueling, right? So that's really cool.
Yeah, I've got
The idea behind it was to have like fueling up
too.
droids or charging droids.
Yeah, that works
But-
too. It's your lore, man. You can make it whatever you want it to be, right? So here's some more of your weathering techniques that you've done. One thing that it's not in this shot here yet, but the interior, the console, you put so much detail in that. Just from the weathering alone, that actually the parts do look like they can actually move. Because when I did mine was mainly I just mainly painted everything black and just gave it like a silver dry brush on most of it just to bring up the details. But this is insane. Like even the fact that the seats are 2 different colors. Now this is the picture I wanted to mention that I did not do on mine, is cut those holes out so that a 4-inch figure could fit into the ship easier. Because right now my figure has to bend his legs to fit in the ship. But this was brilliant to cut those holes out. I never even thought of doing that.
And the plastic on this like cockpit piece is pretty strong stuff. I even heated it up, and it's still kind of tough to get through.
Yes.
But I just thought if I cut the legs out, it gives it a little more leg room. So
yeah,
it seemed to work.
Brilliant.
And the magnets you can see up there, those are little bitty things that
magnets. Okay.
Correct. So you can take those off if you want. I have magnets in each side of those inside of the bomb cases. And there's another shot that'll show like a working ladder that I put up there.
Right.
And yeah, like right there you can see it.
Yeah,
the ladder stuck to the back.
That's awesome, man. Again, the weather is sick. Abby's
Thanks, man.
I'm with you, man. It's freaking phenomenal, this stuff. So here you can see the weathering a little bit more in terms of like the different paint colors you use inside the cockpit. So you can kind of see the details of the panels and all that kind of stuff. The only thing I'm planning on doing is because I'm planning on revisiting this, is going back and putting some lights in there. Because I know you put some lights in the back. Yeah, because you put some lights in the back of it, which we'll see in a second here. Here's the back
I did,
door.
yeah.
Awesome job with the weathering again. Here's a closer look, a wider look of that. So we added a little bit more weathering to it. And then here it is open. I love the streaks on the side there where it looks like there's like oil stains running down or rust stains running down. Like that's brilliant, man. Awesome stuff.
Yeah. Thanks, man. It was fun to do.
It looks like it. You could tell you really enjoyed this one because the level of details I put into this. That's how you can usually tell when somebody really enjoys what they're doing, because the thing that they're working on usually has the most detail, and every time they're building on it, they think of another thing to add to it. Oh, I'm going to add this to it now, and then it just makes it better and better. At least that's how it is for me. So, but yeah, this is insane. Look at the details in the greebly work at the top of that. That's insane. And then
I put on the left-hand side, I used those are the gas masks that you can get in, I think, the Millennium Falcon figure set that was like 20 years old. And I used the far right.
Oh, yeah.
That's Chuck's grease gun for the droids.
Nice.
And in the center is like a little yellow thing. It's almost like a first aid kit that also has a magnet on there that I can pull off.
That is so cool. I have all these magnets, but I never know how I want to use it. So here's the back end when in the daytime. Here it is at night. That's insane. So I like
So
that
those
you put
are
the lights
yeah.
in there.
There's bunk beds that slip right in there so they can sleep flat. There they are.
You mean these? That's awesome, man. So that's
You're 2
brilliant.
steps ahead of me.
I try, man. I try. I gotta run this show right. But yeah, this is brilliant stuff, man. Like I love the use of the lights. Like when I saw this as well, I was like, oh, this is what made me want to revisit mine and go and add lighting to it because of the lighting you put into yours. But then I also wanted to add lights in the cockpit as well. So here's more detailed shots of the side.
And my theory around this is I kept that's metallic gunmetal gray with metal flake. And what I wanted to do was, my idea behind it was to make all the hardware, to make the guns, the landing gear, the engine, the ports, the sides, everything, make them Beskar.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So once they got out of the so it's durable. So that Beskar, like your guns and your engines and your landing gear are going to be solid. They're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to tarnish. They're not going to get blasted. They're impervious.
That's awesome.
So the rest of the ship is kind of like beat up and crappy. So that was the theory behind it.
That's cool, man. I love.
But yeah, I'm gonna do another one too because they're $10 at Ollie's. You know, why not?
I need to. When we go to the States, I have to buy a few more of these because the one I made,
Yeah,
I had so much fun with that.
Zilla gave me one too while I was down there.
Yeah, these are awesome. When I first saw them, like, oh, these look ridiculous because it looks like something.
Well, I gotta remember where I saw the 3D printed replacement interior. I thought it was on Cult's 3D, but I think
that's from. Oh, shoot, why can I not remember his name? It's a name that you have a problem.
There's a couple of them that are out.
Yeah, but there's one in particular that we actually kept referring to. Like Lord of Thane has used it. I believe Starboy Station has also used it. Oh man, why his name's escaping me now? Something Depot. Something I can't remember.
Okay.
Something refueling.
Not refueling. Yeah, it's we've had him on the show before.
Yeah, he's been on the show. But yeah, he actually
Transwarp. I think it's Transwarp refueling depot or something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines. I'll look it up, and if I can find.
Yeah, there it is. Starboy knows it. Starboy put it in the chat as Transwarp fueling port.
Oh, I knew there was fueling in there somewhere.
Transwarp refueling port. That's a mouthful, man.
That is a mouthful, but he makes an interior. I don't know if he has any online right now. But he makes those interiors, and they're brilliant because it allows access from the cockpit to the back, and it adds 2 extra seats as well. So I kind of want to get that one. Yeah, I kind of want to get that one, just because I want it to be able to open access to the back. Because right now the way I have it set up, like how you have it. I just use the original interior. The thing with mine, though, is I took off the bubble top turret. I took one off. And replace it with the Black Series TIE Fighter top. But here's the
that's
crew
cool.
Again. Here's another shot of the crew again.
Yeah.
Oh, the droid's not in this shot. I thought the droid would have been in.
Droid's on this one. One thing I love about the cockpit, though. Oh yeah, the cockpit is just, you hardly ever get in a 1/18 scale vehicle room that is just like oversized, where it's like comfortable, almost Cadillac room, right?
Exactly. Like
usually most vehicles are like, for 1/18 scale, it's like super tight.
Yeah.
But this ship, you've got like plenty of open room.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Well, this is more a kid's toy, so that's what the figures are normally a lot bigger with those ginormous heads and shit. So that's why they have to.
That's a good point.
Space, right? So, but yeah, it works perfectly for 1/18 scale. So here's not only do you do vehicles and dioramas, you do figures as well. So here's your droids, your collection of droids. Again, the weathering is just insane on these. I love the color work, the different paint colors you use.
Yeah, they look fantastic.
Like, I love that middle one with the different metallic it has on it. Like, that's insane. I love these. These look like they jumped right out of Star Wars because of how weathered they look. They look so lived in is how they would normally put it.
Yeah.
Here's some more. Like, look at that gonk droid. That's insane. I love that, man. That's awesome. And I love what you did with the 2 protocol droids. Like this, what did you
That's
use? Inking on that?
3PO buck.
TC-14. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I used the acrylic paint.
okay.
I used dark brown acrylic paint.
Yeah.
And on the one on the left,
Yeah.
I used ink. The one on the right, I didn't use any ink at all.
You can really tell the difference, though.
So the one on the left
Oh yeah,
has a lot duller appearance. The one on the right has more of a shine. I like either one. It's just a different
they both
look.
Look awesome, yeah.
Thanks, man.
You don't only do droids, you do some interesting characters as well. So who's that guy on the far right? When I first saw that, it reminded me of Moss Eisley photography.
Isn't that Dak?
Last week after he shaved, it reminded me of him because he only had his mustache last week. So it kind of looked like him, and he wanted to be a pilot, so it kind of looks like him.
Biggs Darklighter.
Darklighter, right.
But this is a custom that you made, though. This is not the actual
figure. Yeah, so the legs come from the Luke concept figure from McQuarrie, from that line.
Oh, okay.
Because the Biggs came with a set of legs that didn't move. I mean, the knees, the ankle, nothing.
I hate it when they did that shit.
Yeah.
Oh God, that was
so I got a chance to meet the actor that played Biggs.
What?
And yes, cool. I got a chance to meet him at a convention last year.
That's nice.
And he's always been one of my favorite characters. He was such a cool guy. They did a whole panel on just the New Hope TIE Fighter, the New Hope fighter pilots.
Right.
And he signed my book. What? And he came over and he asked what I made, and I gave him an advantage. And he's like, "Can you sign it for me?" I said, "Sure."
Wow, that's
so
awesome.
He was so cool, and so I've always been loved that character.
That is a cool character. So here's some more of your unique characters. I love that paintwork you did on the stormtrooper in the middle. That was really cool.
That is my favorite stormtrooper figure they ever made.
I have yet to find
that officer.
I
love that.
I have him in a Black Series, but I don't have the TVC version of him. And here's some more. I love how you use that Dr. Doom head on that female.
Yeah,
I never would have thought of putting it on a female body, but that looks cool.
A Jyn Erso body with no vest.
I think everyone's done some kind of custom with Jyn Erso. That body has been so.
That was a cheap figure for a long time. It was a cheap
figure, yeah, exactly. It's such a great price on the figure, but the thing is, just by taking off the coat, you have a completely different figure. It's like such simple little changes, and like I can imagine how many people have a bunch of Jyn Erso heads in a bin somewhere, because I think everyone's taking that head off and replacing it with something else, because no one liked the head it came with and replaced that head. But the body is like perfect. The gun that it comes with and holster is perfect. Like it's such a great figure all around, and the articulation is actually really good. I think that was when they were just starting to get into the more articulated figures, like with the ball jointed hips and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely cool job with that stuff. And that brings us to the end of that, man. Like this was awesome. Such an amazing tour that we got to have. Thank you so much for joining us today and talking to us about your awesome customs and your amazing Advantage display stand. So again, check out the description. You'll be able to find the link to Big Bad Toy Store where you can actually get your own. And definitely go and check him out on YouTube and on Instagram. You won't be disappointed with a lot of his work. And you're actually fairly new to Instagram because I didn't notice you before. But then when I actually found you only had like 2 or 3 pictures. Okay, yeah, I thought so. And
I know.
Recently,
so
you just had an explosion of pictures.
I just had like basically I've not really gone. I was not on there, but I was like, that's probably one of the better places on Facebook to like show your craft. So
yeah,
I'm pretty into it, but I'm glad I did it.
Yeah, great jump. So with that said, Rad, what do you have planned coming up? Do you have anything coming up soon? I guess so
I don't know if anybody follows them, but we have John Eric coming on Friday, and he's got some world building action going on. I think we've finalized the rule set for for the death race. So Tone helped out a little bit with that, but I'm going to be reaching
Nice.
out. I'm going to reach out to like Fat Red Food and stuff. So I think we need to bring in like kind of a dungeon master deal, and then yeah. So we're going to try and get that all going and rounded up. But this week we're just having a guest. I'm going to get back to doing the shout outs. And yeah, I've actually posted 3 videos in the last week, so
Yes,
you can go
you've
check
been
those
busy,
out.
man.
On
Awesome.
yeah, on Rad Toys Galaxy. And a new thing I'm doing, if you want to go into the chats on any videos and just request something, like you want a closer look or something like that, do that, and I will most definitely try to create a video within a couple or 3 days to
That's a
address
good
that.
idea too. That's awesome.
Yeah,
How
and
about you?
Ian reach
Oops,
out
sorry,
and
man.
well, I had Ian reach out, another viewer once. Ian wanted a closer look at the Ewok Village, so I
Yeah, I
accommodated
saw
that
that.
one. It's
Yeah.
kind of nice to go into a little deeper dive on stuff, but
That
yeah,
was
other
actually
than that,
really
we're
cool
just
because even
saving
when
up.
I was at your place, I didn't really see all the detail that because I didn't look at the very far back of it like he showed off in the video. So I was so impressed with like even that little hut
Yeah,
that you had at the top. I didn't realize it was just something you had just bought. You know what I mean? I thought you made that, but it was actually really cool.
yeah. I remember using garbage right now. I've actually got another broken washing machine in my office at work that I've been
Ooh,
slowly peeling parts off of. So
nice.
yeah, man.
That's
The
awesome.
glass doors make those round glass doors make
Yeah,
awesome platforms, especially for like transformers and stuff. So
that's cool. I can't wait to see what you
Are they
do with
actual
some of those
glass or are they
things.
plastic?
No, those are usually glass. Like
no,
the washing, yeah,
they're
the washing
glass.
machines usually glass. The newer ones is glass. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
so
think they've ever used plastic. I think it's always been glass, which is cool.
no, because it's got to deal with like heat and it's got to be
Yeah,
like
exactly.
watertight and stuff. So yeah, always glass.
Because that
I
can
don't
move up and
actually
down in
full fat red.
temperature.
Yeah, fat red. I do actually print helmets for like power armor and stuff like that, but I'm actually planning on getting my own resin printer probably in the near future. But I want to buy another huge Alegu Neptune printer, like the big ones. I should have just
Yeah,
bought big ones from the start, man. They're so much easier
yeah.
to
But now
deal
that I
with.
think about the one that I got, I should have got. There's the Mars 5 Ultra, which is a bigger resin basin. I should have got that one instead. It was just a couple of $100 more, but I just went with this because of the space. I have such limited space. So maybe my next one, when I have more space, I'll get
You'll be
a bigger
fine, man. If
printer.
you're printing like heads and detailed stuff,
So
that's more than
yeah,
enough, man.
Fat Red Food. We'll talk later. I'm gonna probably that's gonna be where I'm gonna start diving into his helmets because one of the things I wanted is those Rebel helmets, those egg helmets. I wanted some of those, and no one's printing them, so I might just do it myself and print different
You
helmets
can
and
make your
things
own
like that.
Firehawk
I
chip
want
farms.
That too, yeah.
there you
You want
go.
what?
Well, I want the NCR. I want the NCR Ranger helmets, the gas mask with the army helmets.
All
I
right,
want a
we'll
few of
talk.
those because I
If we
want
can
to
find a
do
file, or if I
that.
can
So
do it,
yeah.
I'm sure we could find a file somewhere. I'll print a bunch of those out and send them to
Oh, there
different
definitely
stations.
is. I think it's $25. I think so.
I can more than get my money's worth out of that. But how about you, Sci-Fi Diorama Guy? What do you have going on next?
I am actually working on. If I can, I'll show you guys kind of what I've got. I am. How do you flip your camera on this thing?
Don't ask me, man. I don't know. Oh, you want to
You
flip
go
it to
to
the front end? You
yeah,
go to your
yeah.
camera
You go
options for
to
that.
you go to more and
You go
then
to
camera
more.
and then flip.
Yeah. And you should have an option to because you should say either forward facing or
Forward facing and then facing
I think it's facing out.
back.
Yeah, you want to switch to your
Facing
front.
back.
You want it'd be
Front
front,
facing, I
wouldn't it?
think.
Because
Yeah, I
he's
think it's front facing.
front facing camera. We need
While
Zilla
he,
here, man. He usually walks
while
people
he's
through.
yeah, I know. I don't
WC.
know any of that stuff. That's why I have to learn all this stuff. While he's trying to figure that out, I'm going to talk about Titans of the Universe quickly. So I'm giving you guys a quick update. That's still happening, but I have so much stuff going on. I have my surgery starting tomorrow. Then we'll be jumping into rehab. I'm also working on editing my books. I have a lot of different projects on the go right now. It's mainly background stuff. and also have a bunch of videos that I need to edit. So I want to push that back. Plus, you have your death race challenges going on, and then we have
yeah, like we'll get it started. Yeah.
So what's happening is I'm
that Joe Fest gonna be fun, and also
go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. Remember that Ian has started his new page on Instagram at Horde Station, so go and follow him.
Go and give him a follow. So that's awesome. So Titans of the Universe, I'm pushing that now to the end of June. So after Joe Fest, that's when it's gonna really take off. So that gives people plenty of time to work on their characters. Anyone who wants to tweak anything they send me, they can redo those. I'm still gonna be pumping out different storylines as we move towards Joe Fest. But also in the meantime, because we're in a new month, I'm throwing out another challenge for anyone who doesn't want to necessarily do the whole Titans of the Universe, because I know it's really involved, and you just want to create one custom figure. For the month of April until the beginning of May, the challenge is to create your avatar. So I know this is something we've done before, but I kind of want to see what people come up with. And the reason
I'm already done.
The reason why this popped into my head is because I just recently saw Fat Red Foo's work that he did for Starboy Station. So I kind of want to see what people come up with their avatar. It doesn't necessarily have to be an avatar of you. It could be of a loved one. It could be like your wife, your husband, whatever. You can make of that, or you can make it of a pet, or you can make it of like your neighbor, whoever. As long as you can tell me who that person is, that's great. But I'd like to see an avatar of either yourself
or somebody,
or someone you know, or someone else that you follow,
or someone you wish with. Or someone you wish that was your wife or something.
There you go. Yeah, if you want Salma Hayek to be your wife and you can want to create an avatar of her, go ahead and you can submit those. So you have until the beginning of May to submit those. And again, Titans of the Universe is ongoing until the end of June. I'll give you a specific date when we get to the month of May, because then I'll know what my knee situation's like and everything. By then, I'll have a better idea of what my condition's like, so I can give you guys a definitive end date deadline for that. But between now and then, as I'm working on those who have submitted their Titans, I'll be putting out those continued videos. So keep an eye on the channel for that. And did we lose him again? I guess we lost him.
I think we did.
Oh well. But on that note, that's all we have for you guys today. Thank you for all those that stuck the landing until the end of this. This is awesome. I know it was a long one. It was well worth it. It was a lot of fun to meet ScifiDioramaGuy. And stay tuned to the channel, because he's coming back with Moss Isley Photography. They'll be coming back on the 16th of April, because they have a bunch of collabs that they've done together. So I can't wait to show you guys what they've done together, because they both live in the same area. So actually, we'll bring him back on this so he can say bye and all that good stuff. Hold on, let me just bring him up. Oh,
can you hear me?
Yeah. So we're just about to head out. If you have a quick figure you want to show again, just quickly show us that.
I was just gonna, I'll put a bunch of these up. I'm doing a bunch of April goons. So
nice.
I got a bunch of skiff guards I'm gonna make.
That's cool.
Let me just say this. I've got to say, Dwayne, you are the most excited host I think I've ever worked with. I mean, you come on like a WWE, like Raymaster, you get everyone pumped up an hour before, a day before, 2 days before. I love your enthusiasm.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's all I got going for me right now. So, no, I just want to bring
Red
back
Toys
to the
always
community.
Yeah, it's all about community.
He inspired me to get this going, so we all have him to thank for that. And
Red Toys is awesome. Always good to have you, too, man.
That's why he's my co-host, man.
Right back at you, bro.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for being on the show today, Rad. Thank you so much for your help. As always, it's always a pleasure to have you as a co-host. And to all of you guys that stuck around to the very end, thank you so much. And for those watching the replay, thank you for your support as well. Give it a like on that little thing, like it owed you some credits. And don't forget to comment on the show, anything you liked about the show, or anything you want us to talk about. Like even Rad's on his channel, he wants you guys to let him know what you guys want to talk about. We can do that here too. If you want to do something for Greeblies or future shows, let us know as well. We can do that both on our channel and on Rad Toys channel. And go and check out WMC this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a great show. And don't forget to check out Outer Rim Multiverse Outer Multiverse and Beta Ray Bob at 7 p.m. on Sunday. They have their Into the Toy Box segment, so you're definitely going to want to check that out. And until the next video, take care, pirates.